Time to check what's making news around the four corners of Massachusetts. Want to start in the Northeast in Waltham. Happening here, a former police chief convicted of assaulting his wife will receive his pension. According to state retirement law, if a public employee's convictions relate to their position, the pension can be taken away. But the Waltham Retirement Board voted unanimously to grant Thomas LaCroix his pension of more than $80,000 a year. That pension is more than 3 times the median salary, by the way. Heading now to North Attleboro, where police, they're going to be reimbursed for all of their time spent at this crime scene. The state legislature has approved $40,000 for the department. It's to cover all the costs associated with the murder investigation that led to the arrest of Aaron Hernandez. Hernandez has pleaded not guilty. Heading now southwest to UMass Amherst now, where prosecutors say a Longmeadow teen is facing a rape charge for allegedly assaulting a student outside of the campus at the start of the semester. 18-year-old Patrick DeRocher pled not guilty. He was a student at the time, but the university spokesman now says he is not a student anymore. And finally this evening, we're going to head up north a little bit to Worcester. A federal judge there refuses to block the city's panhandling ordinances, denying a lawsuit by the American Civil Liberties Union that the rules limiting panhandling are unconstitutional and violate free speech. And that is what's going on around the state this evening. Back to you.
All right, Melissa, thank you.
Hi, everyone. Time to take a look at the four corners of the country. What's happening? A very somber milestone in Newtown, Connecticut. This video of Sandy Hook Elementary School in Connecticut. It's the last you're going to see of the building where 20 young children and 6 adults were shot to death last December. Demolition began today in Newtown. Contractors signed a confidentiality agreement not to talk about the site and melting down all of that material, all to protect the victims' privacy and to keep people from taking parts of that building as souvenirs. A new school will be built on this same site. Want to head now to Raleigh, North Carolina. Five people fall 30 feet into the ground at a fair here in Raleigh. The ride flipping passengers upside down as it turns high above the ground. It's unclear how serious the injuries are, but local officials say the victims range here from age 14 to 39. The incident is now under investigation. Heading out west now to Nevada. A 12-year-old student there shoots and kills a math teacher, injures 2 students at Sparks Elementary School near Reno before turning that gun on himself. Officials are now examining an anti-bullying video shown to students that included a dramatization of a girl taking a gun on a school bus to see if it maybe could have influenced that young man there. And finally, we're going to head up north now to the Seattle area. An 11-year-old boy in court in Washington arrested on attempted murder charges. Police say he brought more than 400 rounds of ammo, several knives, and a handgun to school. That boy reportedly said he heard voices in his head telling him to shoot another boy at school that was bullying his friend. He was expelled. Luckily, in this one, nobody was injured. And that's a look at what's happening across the country. Back to you.
Okay, national anthem with a twist. What was that? What was that? So James Taylor started singing America the Beautiful, and then he transitioned into the Star Spangled Banner at the game last night. Melissa, I know you were there. We all listened to it. People are blasting him on social media saying that he flubbed the national anthem. What do you think? Creative license or a mistake?
Flub.
Flub.
Made a mistake. I'm not gonna say it's terrible.
Yeah.
It's certainly not a Roseanne moment, you know, but he made a mistake, and he,
Remember that.
and he did a great cover.
He did.
So I don't hold anything against it. I mean, even though he's James Taylor, you know,
He's
you're a little
human.
nervous.
He's still human. And, you know, at the game, it was funny because they sort of did that double take. You listen, and then we saw people looking at each other going, did he just start that? Because we knew he was going to sing that during the 7th inning, America the, you know.
I think that's
Well, he's saying God Bless America
Yeah, exactly.
in the 7th.
Yeah,
he didn't miss a beat, though. I mean, you got to give it to him. I have to say, personally, Mary J. Blige the night before.
That's different. That's
Think
true.
of all those times. But he made a mistake, he recovered, and he performed it. But, Mike, I'm with you. I want to hear somebody belt it out.
Right.
Just
James Taylor's fine, right? And it's a very difficult song to sing. You have to have a great range.
And I agree too, because I saw Mary J. Blige as well, and you feel the power. I mean, everyone's standing there proud, and I am a lifetime James Taylor fan. I love him to death, but I agree. And you know, we're human. It's live. You make mistakes.
I know people give him too much grief.
We reached out to him. We heard back from his publicist. Yes, Mr. Taylor is traveling today, and as such is not available to reply.
Oh.
So there you go.
Shocking.
But they did at least send a reply.
That's true.
Pretty good.
That's true. They did respond. We want to know.
Was it a mistake? Was it creative? Go to myfoxboston.com. Weigh in. Your results coming up at 6.
Yeah. And we've got good day, bad day coming up. How about every day we pay taxes, right? That kind of could make every day a bad day. Most of the time, we just ignore it. But when a convicted criminal is paid with your taxes, it's a bad day. Stick around, you guys. Good day, bad day.
Very bad day. Good song.
We love that song,
We
right?
like that shot. We like that song.
It's a classic. Great way
Friday.
to. I was just going to say, great way to go into Friday. Well, Halloween, of course, less than a week away. Do you have a costume yet?
Still working on that.
Okay.
Still working on that. If you are still trying to decide, like I am, we have some great news for you. Or should I say, commentator Jim Polito has some great news for you. Jim, take it away. Like Jim with the hat, the pink hat with the leopard stripe.
I think that was a good one for him. He scared that poor girl in that mask. That was hysterical. Jim, love it as always.
Nice job. That is going to do it for the Fox 25 News at 6.
But stick around. The Fox 25 News at 6:30 starts right now. That bitter chill you felt this morning. You said you turned your heat on.
I did.
I didn't. I stayed under the covers as long as possible, but it's set to return tonight, so be prepared. Good evening, everyone. I'm Melissa Mahan.
And I'm Mike Bodette. Let's get right over to Sarah.
Wife, the former Waltham police chief, will get his full pension. That decision. While the price of college increases just about every year, the amount students are actually paying, well, that's not changing much.
For a cause, right?
It's falling out anyway. So
Oh, please stop.
Might as well shave
Sarah,
it.
that cold snap, we're all getting sick. I mean, that's the problem now because it got
sorry.
so cold so fast. So it's
You're to
happening.
blame.
Don't blame me for your sickness. I will tell you, though, it's going to be another cold one tonight.
Before?
I wasn't blaming her. I was just saying it's rough when it gets cold.
Good night, everyone. We're going to see you at 5 and 10 and 11. 5.
All right, Sarah, thank you. A difficult day at Danvers High. Students head back to class without a beloved young teacher. Colleen Ritzler allegedly murdered inside of that school by one of her own students, but the question still remains why. Fox 25's Jessica Reyes reports. As tonight, firefighters rushing to the flagship Macy's department store in Manhattan's Herald Square. A mechanical fire apparently grew to 2 alarms in that store's basement. The entire building evacuated as crews worked to put the fire out. Right now, we are told it is under control. Well, a consumer warning to tell you about now. Chicken salad made by a Boston company is being recalled because of a possible listeria contamination. Illnesses have been reported as of now, but listeria can cause fever, muscle aches, headache, confusion, and gastrointestinal problems. It is particularly serious in the elderly and pregnant women.
How's looking out there in St. Louis?
It's looking okay.
Okay.
We're gonna see mainly clear conditions, around 50 degrees for first pitch. Here.
I just may have to.
I am.
I'm holding out. I'm
definitely
holding out.
Have a good night.
All day, every day. Stay with myfoxboston.com. Brought to you by Verizon 4G LTE, America's largest 4G LTE network.